going to do something slightly different today, but please don't click away because this is actually quite good. Well, I hope it's quite good anyway. I'm going to do a conspiracy theory, and I have spent literally 10 minutes researching this conspiracy theory, but I promise you it's really good. And my conspiracy theory is why Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10, 10-2, and 13 are all connected. Now, the reason why I'm leaving out 11 is because it's an MMORPG and the lore is already really deep. And why I'm leaving out Final Fantasy 12 because it definitely has its own lore with Ivalice. It's got many spin-off games that are actually connected to it, and even Vagrant's story is connected to Final Fantasy 12. So, the order of the games which I think are connected, it goes Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 10-2 obviously, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, and then Final Fantasy 13. I am Pretty Poor Gamer, and let's get into this with cold hard evidence on why all these games are connected. Okay, right, the first one is Final Fantasy 9 connecting to Final Fantasy 10. Now, I've made Final Fantasy 9 the origin point for all of the Final Fantasy games in this list. So, let's begin. First of all, please put your imagination caps on because some of these theories are a bit wild and crazy.
Imagination.
First of all, we have Treno in Final Fantasy 9, aka the city that never sleeps. As you can see in the imagery, it's a very well-off town with auction houses and card games and whatnot, and there's very wealthy people and very poor people as well. It's not unconceivable that it might become the superpower later on in the Final Fantasy 9 series, becoming one of the wealthiest cities, if not the wealthiest city of them all. Now, Treno is called the city that never sleeps. Zanarkand is a city that never sleeps. The lights are always on. In fact, Treno's theme song is The City That Never Sleeps. It's a beautiful theme song, by the way. Other similarities I've noticed is when you go into Zanarkand, there is a mountainous region. There's mountains all around you. When you go to Treno, look what's around the corner. Mountains. So, again, like I say, you need your imagination caps on for this, but it's very foreseeable that Treno could actually be Zanarkand from the past. My next point is very wild as well. Queen Bran, I think her name's Bran, so apologies for not saying this properly. So Bran looks a lot like Cindy. Yes, I know, an Aeon Cindy. I'm being very crazy here, but please bear with me. So there's Brahe, there's Cindy. Wow, they look very similar. That's right. So it's possible when Bran died, she became an Aeon. Alexandria might have placed her in a burial place, which over time, built up all this energy for her to become an Aeon. Where did she bury her? Or where did they bury her, sorry? Well, I can foresee her being buried in Ipsen Castle. Now, you say Cindy, yeah, it looks like Cindy, but there's also two. Why is it so inconceivable that Bran doesn't have any relatives? She's a royal. Royals have a lot of relatives, so both her sisters, possibly, if she had any, could have been buried in Ipsen Castle. Now, you find the Mega Sisters in Riemann Temple, something like that. Sorry, again, pronunciations are a bit off here. If you look at Ipsen Castle, which I'll show an image of, and Riemann Castle, which I'll show an image of, they're actually very similar. Again, possible over time that these people became worshipped. They were royal people, many people came to see them. Terrain changes, they build up, they make it more secure. There is very similar kind of themes going on with how those castles are built. So that's the only connections I have with Final Fantasy 9 to Final Fantasy 10, but I feel they are quite similar enough. So that's Final Fantasy 9 to 10 connected. Next we'll move on to Final Fantasy 10-2 connected to Final Fantasy 7. It's a very obvious one, but nonetheless we should explain it. Hey guys, also a quick little update. Daguerreo in Final Fantasy 9 has kind of similarities to Babel in Final Fantasy 10. Daguerreo was a place for refugees, had huge libraries. Sorry, the camera's jiggling, I'm literally holding it up right now. So it's not inconceivable, but many people came as a refugee. They brought their religion with them, and it just built up and built up. And if you notice in the imagery, when you first see Daguerreo, water's falling down the cliff. In one of the pictures in Final Fantasy X, there's water falling down one of the buildings in Babel. Now, it's clearly a long stretch, but just worth a note that very possible that Daguereo and Babel could be connected in some way, shape, or form. it's now time to connect Final Fantasy X and X-2 with Final Fantasy VII. Everyone knows the interview and the Shinra conversation with Yuna, so this is going to be a very short bit, but for those who don't know, in Final Fantasy X-2, when you're speaking to Shinra, there's a little bit of back and forth, and I'm just going to read here, so I'm going to face that way because my screen is there, so I will put the actual transcript up on the screen as well. So, Shinra says, "Aha." Yuna replies with, "What are you looking at?" Shinra replies, "Farplane data." Shinra